Hey, internet friends, how are you? This isn't going to be a masterpiece of a video. No, ma'am, no, sir. It's not. It's going to be me reading a Twitter thread that I just found really interesting as I'm doing another video right now about the demolition of the United States economy that occurred over the last year in the greatest transfer of wealth in modern history. And I came across this Twitter thread yesterday. By the way, if you hear any noise during this video, it's the baby in the background. She's got a spatula in hand, and I think she's going to be left-handed. She's smacking it up against the wall and mumbling. So get your grains of salt ready because this whole thread is based around this article by the Wall Street Journal, and it's entitled, "If you sell a house these days, the buyer might be a pension fund." But the thread itself is really good. It's by Cultural Husbandry, and it basically summarizes the article and offers commentary, which, is something I really enjoy. I love a good summary. So here we go. BlackRock is buying every single family house they can find, paying 20 to 50% above asking price and outbidding normal home buyers. So why are corporations, pension funds, and property investment groups buying entire neighborhoods out from under the middle class? Homes are popping up on the MLS and going under contract within a few hours. BlackRock, among others, are buying up thousands of new homes and entire neighborhoods. So who is BlackRock? Only the world's largest asset manager and the leading proponent of the Great Reset. They're looking to redistribute, get this, $120 trillion, the entire wealth of the world's middle class and poor combined several times over. As an example, a 124 new home neighborhood was bought in its entirety in Texas. Average Americans were outbid to a tune of 32 million. Homes sold at an average of 20% above listing. Now the entire neighborhood is made up of SFRs. What are SFRs? Single family rentals. Now your potential lower to middle class homeowner is positioned to be a permanent renter. Now, this is where I thought this analysis got interesting. This matters because for the lower and middle class, owning a home is the most major part of any financial success in future upward mobility. This is wealth redistribution, and it ain't rich people's wealth that's getting redistributed. It's normal American middle class. Yeah, salt of the earth wealth heading into the hands of the world's most powerful entities and individuals. The traditional financial vehicle gone forever. Home equity is the main financial element that middle class families use to build wealth. And BlackRock, a Federal Reserve funded financial institution, is buying up all the houses to make sure that young families cannot build wealth. That's right, Federal Reserve funded financial institute. Let that sink in for a minute. You got it? They're using your tax dollars to screw over the lower and middle class, and it's permanent. Not one presidential administration of BS. This is a fundamental reorganization of society. So where does this position the average American in 30 years when it's a given that every new neighborhood is to be bought up whole so they can be utilized as SFRs? It positions them as peasants. In the US and other nations, homeownership is often the first and most vital step. This can provide for generational wealth and success, but as permanent guaranteed renters, you're pissing away a lifetime of equity and the chance for mobility. You just become a peasant. The Great Reset is real. It's happening. This will be the greatest transfer of wealth and the greatest consolidation of power in the history of mankind. If they get away with it, revolution will be the only cure. It will be awful. Wake up, get active, stop this now. This is warfare, make no doubt about it. Lloyds Bank in London is doing it, as is every great financial institute across the world. This must be stopped. It's a greater threat than the slow creep of communism, BLM, or anything else you can think of combined. It's a death stroke. I'm over here paying attention to the economy, to the real estate market, to lumber prices. Everything about this is terrible. It's orchestrated. It's the greatest transfer of wealth in history. It's the demolition of the economy within the last year or so. And we're I don't know, are we all just sitting by and letting it happen? Is that what we're doing? Neo-feudalism, here we come. It makes me really sad as I read this because it's talking about my generation. I'm 30. When I was 23, I bought my first home. It was $140,000. I put $10,000 down and the interest rate I think was like 3.2%. I had a $900 a month mortgage payment for a 1,500 square foot house on over an acre in the metro Atlanta area. I'm not rich. My family is not rich. It seemed like a really big risk to take at the time as I had just started my first real job, and I was really scared, but it turned out to be the best financial decision I'd ever made because I was able to sell that home at a profit 5 years later. And guess what? That monthly money that I spent on a mortgage, like it or not, debt slavery, like it or not, actually went back into the home. So I wasn't just like throwing money into the wind for rent. I actually saw something come back and benefit me. I saw a return. And because of that, I now live in a nicer home where I can make memories with my family, where my baby can grow up safe, and I don't have to just toss money into the wind for rent. And it makes me sad that all these young people, all these young families are losing out on their opportunity to do that. History has always detailed accounts of serfdom and feudalism, but at least at the end of the day, after you paid your share to the king, your family, when you died, inherited the family farm, but now you don't get anything. You're getting nothing. You'll own nothing and be happy. That's what they tell us. And all while Bill Gates is buying up all the farmland and BlackRock is buying up your neighborhoods and charging you rent to live in these cracker boxes. I guess we're all just going to live in these cracker boxes and pay like $1,500 in rent and then go work at the only place in town because small businesses are just donezo after this past year. We're all going to either go work at maybe McDonald's. Actually, no, not McDonald's because they're going to have robots to take care of that. Will we go work at the Amazon factories? Maybe some of us can be drivers and get that crucial vitamin D, but they'll probably replace us with drones soon, so we get to sit at home in our cracker boxes, get paid these socialism checks each month, watch the TV, be scared of the new virus, and own nothing and be happy. At its core, it's neo-feudalism, it's serfdom, it's debt slavery, it's just plain old slavery. It's everything that the Federal Reserve embodies as it has been throughout time in their entire existence. This is them to the T. This is their plan being fulfilled, and everyone is just like sitting back and watching it happen. The baby's ready to be fed. I just thought I would share that with you. I want to know your thoughts. As always, I look forward to reading your comments. I usually put up videos early on Patreon, so if you want to support me there, you can for now until they take me down. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.